playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On the double.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll run for the first. Puts it on the carpet. It's out, and the Bengals grab it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Runs over it. And some room to work. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established.
And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. T. Higgins, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Lawrence. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That's double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they want to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
On the return, here's Agnew. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. On play action, Lawrence. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. When I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
They begin with a run by Mixon, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, this defense for the Jags, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're on the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
From midfield now, Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now Burrow on 1st down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Bo Melton, 31 yards. And the Bengals are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to...
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Etienne up the middle, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
I'm ready.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Lawrence. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. Now Lawrence to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They've been starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Jaguars! Travis Etienne, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he's got a Bengals first down as the tackle made here at the 36. The Bengals at 500, sitting at 5-5. But they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down.
That's caught left side. Ruckert with it.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Jeremy Ruckert.
A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
An extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this off.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD.
That bumps us up to a 3-possession game here, and only in the second quarter, Charles. They're trying to put this game out of reach before we even hit the locker rooms for intermission.
What's even tougher is making up 3 possessions against a defense that can make impact plays like this. They don't have this game wrapped up quite yet, but 2 picks already, 1 to the house. I think it's fair to say they're headed in the right direction.
Taken at the goal line.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
2nd and 12.
Lawrence will throw. He gets it to Thomas. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Lawrence.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt.
Fielded at about the 28. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
Connection made to Ruckert.
They find some open field here. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
11, Thomas.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's third and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock. Well, that's the third interception for Lawrence. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jeremy Ruckert in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
This fielded right at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Mixon will get it to start the second half. He'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Outright, he's got Ruckert. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
It doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Mixon. Diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
Well, familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On second down, Etienne once more. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Troy Pride.
Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
101 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. T. Higgins, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
They go play action now. Lawrence
Out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And now here is another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Burrow. Throw over the middle. He's got Rucker. And he's going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably... And my goodness, another interception. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here we go, here we go.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
11. Stop.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it.
And now here's another interception. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now on 2nd and 13. Burrow. He's got a man complete. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10.
11 mighty.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins. On the move past the 40. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Evans. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
Tyson Campbell up to make the stop.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.